All right, we had so much fun tonight because guess what? We got like 5 EZAs announced. Woo! Content coming to GP Dokkan. I'm so very excited. It seems like there are again a lot of decent characters here in this data download. Not data download. The data downloads tomorrow, but these 5 characters are getting EZAs. INT Gotenks, AGL Super Saiyan Gotenks, INT Toppo, Physical Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2, and then Physical Ribrianne. All, very exciting characters. It seems like, based on what we're seeing, these banners are going to be just like replacing EZA banners. This is going to be where these characters are EZAing. So, I mean, keep a lookout for TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks getting a Super EZA later on, maybe still. But, again, you can see you, and you. Everyone but AGL Jacko and TEQ Gotenks got an EZA right now. So, that's huge. Like, this actually makes this banner kind of viable. I would recommend summoning 30 stones though, and you get, I think, a guaranteed future SSR. Really interesting. We'll take a look at the Gotenks first, and then we'll go into Toppo and etc. etc. I did Toppo first just because he's the first one I saw. But let's hop right into things. So Gotenks is a very highly anticipated EZA character. We can see here his stats look pretty nice. You can see 20,000 HP, 21,000 attack, 14.5k defense. Really good EZA stats, honestly. And here's what he's doing. So, leader skill doesn't really matter here. 12 key super attack effect, raises attack for the turn, greatly raises defense for 3 turns, and then he causes immense damage. Very similar to pre-EZA for the most part. I think the 3-turn defense raise is very nice though, and you got a little bit of an attack bump right there, which I definitely will take. So that's really cool, and that's kind of what he's doing in a super attack effect. Nothing too special besides the 3-turn raise. Key 2 and 200% attack and defense. He gets 50% attack on super, high chance to perform an additional super attack, and a high chance to evade any enemy attacks, including supers, which is really good. Then, when he dodges an attack, he gets 10% dodge within the same turn. I thought that this was each attack evaded. I looked into it, and it seems like based on the text itself, it's not worded like Kurudagon, unfortunately. It's actually just a 10% chance extra to dodge, which I find very strange. I don't know if that's their intention, but it seems to me, based on what I saw in the text from taking a look into it in second time, it is not each attack evaded, but it is just one time 10%, which is, I guess, whatever. It doesn't really do anything if that is the case, right? But we'll see for sure when he's in game. 50% defense when performing a super attack for the first turn from his first appearance, which is fine because he transforms on turn 3 based on his pre-Z details, and then of course transforms when conditions are met, which we know is turn 3. Then he transforms into Super Saiyan Gotenks here, where he does now get a 4-turn defense raise, greatly raise of defense rather than a 3-turn, and a high chance of stun, which he did have before he EZ'd as well. Key 2 and 250% attack and defense now, which is a little bit of an increase. Then we see here he gets 50% attack, high chance for an additional 50% attack, and a medium chance to perform a critical hits, all on super attacks. So again, 50% attack, a high chance for 50% extra attack, which you could get 100% maybe, then just a 30% chance to crit on super, which is nice, right? Great chance to perform an additional super attack right there. Still the high chance of dodge, but then when he dodges the attack, he gets 20% dodge in the same turn. And again, it's not with each attack evaded, it is just a flat 20% chance to dodge. Keep in mind that it's also separate. Same with that 10%. If I'm understanding correctly, it is going to be separate, unfortunately. So it's going to be a 50% with a separate 20%, which kind of does suck, but it is what it is at this point, right? That's just how the game functions, and until they maybe fix it, who knows. Then from the 4th turn onwards, which is just turn 4, it's not his 4th turn, but again, it's from the 4th turn in general, because you can see right here, turn 1 from first appearance is different than the 4th turn. So from the 4th turn, basically, that'll allow him to get the heal for his transformation, because actually, let me bring up INT Gotenks on the side here. But if we take a look here, INT Gotenks does have the transformation condition where it needs to be above 70% HP starting from the 4th turn after transformation. Actually, is it his 4th turn? I guess I've read it as the 4th turn, right? That's what I saw. But high chance to recover 30% HP at the start of turn, which is helpful. But I think the idea is to help you get this transformation condition for the active skill, which would make a lot of sense there. But again, you can see this guy got a lot of huge buffs right here. This became a great chance. The RNG defense is gone, which is really huge. It's just really the RNG attack, but that's also on super, so even then it's kind of buff still. Great chance to stun. Is it a great chance to stun? It might be a great chance to stun. Oopsie. Well, you know what, y'all? It is 2 a.m. and I have to translate 5 characters. Let me live, please. Just let me live. You know what? It's fine, because the kit is still mostly the same, right? So greatly raised attack and defense for 4 turns when you Super Saiyan 3, which is really helpful. Which I didn't mean to close that tab, but I don't know, did he have the greatly raised attack and defense for the multiple turns? I don't think he did. No, he had it for 3 turns, yeah. And then it seems like he has a great chance to stun when he's transformed now, based on what I saw, rather than just the high chance to stun, which is really, really good. I'll definitely take that high chance to stun, the great chance to stun right here when he's transformed. It's just a little upgrade right there. Especially will be helpful against Max, for example, right? You know, being able to have the great chance to stun there is very nice. Key 300% attack and defense, 100% attack, and high chance to perform a crit on super. Guaranteed additional super attack as well, which is just forever, right? It used to be a great chance to launch an additional super attack for 4 turns. Same with the key, but now it's just guaranteed, which is awesome. 70% chance to dodge, then an extra 20% chance to dodge when he dodges, right? Then a guaranteed crit for 1 turn. So Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks looks pretty powerful as well. Very, very strong. So, I mean, Gotenks in general looks like a pretty good EZA character. Very excited to try him out in game. We'll see what this guy's able to do in the once he's actually in game, which should be on the 9th, right? So we'll see. Excited. There's gonna be tons of showcases because these guys come out as well. So we'll have INT Toppo Pride Troopers here. Raise attack defense for the turn, stream damage, and greatly lowers attack and defense. 110% attack and defense, plus another 110% attack and defense. And this is weird. It says key 1 up to key 3 when there's 3 more Universe 11 category allies in the team. I don't know why it's worded like that. Like, I can literally show y'all. It's like literally that's how it's worded. I can't tell y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, you could literally take a look here. This is exactly how it's worded. You see, when there's, again, Universe 11 category allies and there's 3 or more, 111% attack and defense, then key 1 up to 3. I don't know if it's like, and there's a comma right here, which is very uncommon. It's like, did they leave a part of his passive out? Did they mess up? I don't know, because you don't usually have a comma and then the and after. Like, that's not, they don't do that. So I think they might have left a part of the passive out, or this is like in a completely wrong spot, or I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I actually could not tell you, but this is how it's translated, so that's how I did it. You know, I just want to defend myself, right? But again, yeah, when there's 3 more Universe 11 category allies in the team, guards all attacks. Then on super attack, he gets an additional 111% attack and defense when there's a Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. Guaranteed crit if all allies attacking in the same turn are either Universe 11 or Special Pose, which you're pretty much never going to see that, but this is not a damage dealer really. Then Universe 11 or Special Pose category allies get key 3, 50% attack and defense, and 11% crit chance. So all in all, decent. Will be a pretty good linker for the new Toppo. Will make him, this guy will probably like bring the new Toppo to like very explosive heights. 50% support right there is pretty massive. Plus sharing all those links like tough as nails. Like, we take a look at Toppo, like even especially pre-transform, they share 6 links right here. Insane amount of defense, right? You could see through here. And even with God Toppo specifically, I'm trying to, dang it, well, I'll have to bring up God Toppo here. Even with God Toppo, he should share like 4 links right here, right? Which, you know, I think the most important one is this tough as nails link, and tournament of power, and shocking speed, which are all the defense links. So that's good. It's gonna make that Toppo look a lot more powerful, which is, I think, the main idea. But that's good. We got this EZA for the AGL Super Saiyan Gotenks, basically like an AoE World Tournament card. When it comes to this guy, he kind of has the same value as he did pre-EZA, just AoEs, right? So greatly raises defense for the turn, supreme damage to all enemies with a high chance of stunning them. Very nice. 150% attacking defense. If he is against one enemy, he does get guaranteed crit, and then 150% attacking defense as well. Against 2 or more enemies, he gets 150% defense and then launches a guaranteed additional super attack. So again, in World Tournament settings, Super Battle Road settings, he does guaranteed double supers with a high chance to stun all the enemies. Super good. Time limit category allies get key 350% stats. Then he gets attack and chance to evade enemy attacks, including super attack, plus 10%, which goes up to 50% with each attack he performs. So he really wants to eat off additionals. I guess in longer events that could be useful, but it's like, I don't know, that dodge chance is like, won't really matter in World Tournaments. I think, I don't know, the AoE, I think that does count at each attack, like each enemy you hit, just like Ma Junior, if I'm not mistaken. So like against multiple enemies early on, he'll be able to build up his like dodge chance really quickly in Super Battle Road. He'll get his dodge chance super quickly. But otherwise against one enemy, not really. So again, mostly World Tournament Super Battle Road character, which he's going to be really good in those modes, so that's good. EZA Great Saiyaman SS2 here. This guy specifically, it's decent, I guess. Greatly raises defense of the turn, supreme damage, and raises attack for 3 turns. 180% attack and defense. Then for each ally in the Defenders of Justice or Exploding Raid category other than this character. And then it also depends on which category has more members. Key +1 up to 3, and then attack and defense was 60% up to 180%, which you would need 3 characters, so you can't mix and match, and it depends on which category has more members, but you only need 3 of them, so it's not that big of a restriction. Guaranteed crit if there is a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. 180% attack, 30% reduction, and then if HP is 30% or below, you recover 50% HP once only if there is an extreme class enemy. So specific towards those extreme class fights, but he does get a little bit of reduction, extra attack, right? Then he does an additional attack that has a high chance to be a super. Biggest issue I see with this guy, no multiplicative stats. This guy does also not have multiplicative stats, but he's supporting and he's again stunning AoE. But this guy is like a character that they kind of want you to use, I think, against like Red Zone. And him not having multiplicative stats, like the 30% reduction probably isn't going to be enough. He'll tank normals probably, but I don't know, man. I mean, decent stats right there. Nice stats for Toppo. Exactly 16,000 attack is interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Gohan, I'm like the one I'm unsure about. The Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2, unfortunately. And then an easy physical Ribrianne. Seems like she's decent, honestly. So supreme damage to enemy, raises attack and defense for 6 turns. Now according to the database, actually I used to bring up physical Ribrianne separately, but according to like the old database, right, this attack raises 50%, you can see right here. So what should happen is that when she EZAs, it'll become attack and defense 50%, because they don't usually change that, right? Like the physical Goten, no, it's the EZA Goten physical Trunks, and then the STR18 when they EZ'd a long time ago. Same thing like that. If you take a look at their super attack effects, it says just raise attack and defense, but it's actually 50%. So something to consider, right? Which is funny enough, the same with this guy, but instead of giving him the defense for 3 turns, they gave him the defense for 1 turn, which is funny. 80% attack and defense on super, Q1 per key sphere obtained. Changes the random type of key sphere, physical excluded to rainbow key spheres if there's another 2 or more Pepegel category allies on the team. 22% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. Then 22% attack, defense, and chance to dodge up to 80% per rainbow key sphere obtained, which he does create those rainbow key spheres. Launches an additional super attack when collecting 3 or more rainbow key spheres, which will give her the 50% buff again. Turns into giant form when conditions are met. Honestly, like, it's not too bad. like you can get 66% chance to dodge with her. Like if you get 3 and then a guaranteed double super, once her defense stacks up, she could be interesting. I actually think she could genuinely be interesting as like a floater character. Not too bad. And she is super bosses, keep that in mind. She is super bosses, but it's like, okay, I guess super bosses with like the KO and Khalifa characters. Like, yeah, this Ribrianne is super bosses, right? Let me actually take a look here. Are they on special pose? I don't know. Let me see. Physical Ribrianne. No, she is on special pose for sure, but let me bring her up here. Yep, she is on super bosses. I just took a look here, so we'll see. But that is everything there regarding these characters. Lot to read out, man, but let me know what you guys think about Gotenks. Looks very good. This Gotenks seems decent. I don't like you. I think you have potential. You seem decent, so not like, you know, a crazy batch, but I think overall the character quality is nice. So thanks for watching, y'all. I'm excited to use this Gotenks though, and I'll catch y'all next time.